So today, we're going to jump into something super useful for anyone who manages batch materials in SAP quality management. We're talking about the reoccurring inspection. It's a really powerful tool, and we're about to break down exactly how it all works. I want you to just imagine this for a second. You've got this huge warehouse, and it's filled with thousands of different batches. Now, some of these materials, they have a shelf life, right? They can degrade, they can expire, and trying to find the ones that are about to cause a problem before they get into your products, well, that's a massive challenge. I mean, sure, you could try to keep track of all this stuff with spreadsheets and have people walking around checking things by hand, but let's be real, that is just begging for mistakes and it's super inefficient. The good news is that SAP S4Hana has this amazing automated way to keep an eye on these materials for you. To really get a feel for this, we're going to walk through a simple, a real-world scenario. This is going to show you exactly how the system thinks and the kind of actions it takes all on its own. Okay, let's set the stage here. We've got 3 different batches of the exact same material, and they're all just sitting there in our warehouse. They all arrived at different times, and as you're about to see, that detail makes all the difference in the world. So take a good look at this table, and really pay attention to the dates. See batch 1? Its best before date is already in the past. Batch 2, its next inspection date is just 5 days from now. And batch 3? Well, it looks okay for a while. But here's the kicker. Notice how all 3 of them are currently in unrestricted status. That means anyone in the company can grab them and use them right now. That's the situation we need the system to fix. All right, quick gut check. Before we move on, just take a second and make a prediction. Based on everything you just saw, what do you think the system is going to do with each of these 3 batches when we kick off that automated report? Okay, prediction time is over. Let's fire up the system and see what actually happens. We're about to watch how it crunches this information and what it decides to do all by itself. First up, we've got batch 1. Now, like we saw, this one has a very clear, very obvious problem that the system is basically designed to catch right away. And boom, just like that. This shows you the first rule of the game. Because that best before date is in the past, the system doesn't even think twice. It immediately flips the batch status from unrestricted over to restricted. This instantly puts a stop to anyone trying to use it. Okay, so batch 1 was pretty straightforward, right? Expired is expired. But batch 2 is a little more interesting. It's not out of date, but something else super important is about to happen because of its dates. So because its next inspection date is coming up real soon, the system does 2 key things. First, it creates an inspection lot. You can think of that as a work order for the quality team. And second, it moves the entire stock of that batch from unrestricted into quality inspection stock. It's basically been quarantined, walled off from the rest of the supply chain until the quality team gives it the thumbs up. Now, the report runs. It looks at all 3 batches, but when it gets to batch 3, nothing. It's completely left alone. The system checks it out and decides to do absolutely nothing, for now anyway. So, what's up with that? Well, here's the deal. Both its best before date and its next inspection date are still way out in the future. They're outside of what you could call the system's action window, so it gets a pass for today. The system isn't ignoring it, it's just going to check it again the next time this report runs. So the automated report did its thing perfectly. It sorted through the inventory and teed up the work that needs to be done. But now, it's time for a handoff. The systems part is over, and the quality professionals, the human team, they're stepping in to take it from here. And this is how the work gets divided up. For batch 2, the quality technician is the one on the floor. They go out, take the samples, run the tests, and they're the one who actually keys the results into SAP. Then, the quality engineer looks at that data and makes the big call. Do we release it? Do we extend its shelf life? Or is it no good and we have to scrap it? And for that expired batch 1, it's the engineer who makes that final critical decision. Look, this whole automated process is fantastic, right? But it's not magic. It doesn't just work right out of the box. You have to do a very specific, one-time setup in your master data to make it all happen. So let's quickly talk about what master data actually is. The easiest way to think about it is like a permanent blueprint or a profile for a material. It tells the system absolutely everything it needs to know about how to handle that item, no matter what you're doing with it. So here are the 3 absolutely critical settings you need in the material master. First, you just go to the quality management view. Then, and this is the big one, you activate inspection type 09. That's the magic switch that tells SAP, hey, pay attention to this material for recurring inspections. And finally, you set the inspection interval in days. That number is what the system uses to automatically calculate that super important next inspection date every time a new batch comes in. And if you want to make this process really solid, there's one more thing that's optional, but I highly, highly recommend it. You'll want to create an inspection plan. This is basically a detailed recipe or a checklist for the quality technician. It tells them exactly what tests to run and what to measure, ensuring you get consistent, thorough results every single time. And there you have it. The recurring inspection process is an absolutely fantastic way to keep your quality high, lower your risk, and just automate a really critical job in the warehouse. So now that you see how it all comes together, the real question is for you. Which of your materials, which of those ticking time bombs in your warehouse are you going to point this at